Okay, well, we are live with Adomas Atom Bomb for the South Atlanta Post Show. Adomas, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good, and so I'm really excited to have you on the show. Not only do we have an awesome guest, everyone, but we have an awesome guest who's clearly very accomplished at only being 10 years old. Just look at his backdrop. I mean, so Adomas, what gave you that idea to just showcase all of them just on your wall like that?
I mean, honestly, I don't really know. I started just putting them on my wall maybe 3, 4 years ago. And there's probably around, I don't know, like 100 on that wall. I have some on this wall, some on that wall.
So only
So
four
there's a
years
lot.
ago, and you have become this accomplished.
Yes. I
So,
started like putting them up, and I
mhm.
really didn't think I was going to have that much. But now that I look at it, I realize how much I actually have that I can't fit anymore on this wall. I have to put it on these walls now.
That's really impressive. And so I see that you're on team AKA. Tell us a little bit more about you and karate. Like, what do you study? What belt are you?
I am a second degree black belt in American Kempo, and I am a high brown belt in Goju-Ryu.
Hmm.
And I kind of, the way I got onto AKA was, I didn't even know I was going to be on Team AKA before. I think it was Middle Tennessee Classic, or it
Hmm.
was some tournament in Tennessee that I was competing, and I know Mr. Sharkey was there, and he asked me what team would I want to be on. I
Hmm.
said mainly AKA or Team Paul Mitchell,
Hmm.
and he said, if you ever want to come onto my team, just ask, and I'd be gladly willing to have you on my team. And then after further consideration, I decided to ask him if I could be on the team, and he said yes, and yeah, it all just went from there.
Okay, well that's great. Just that shows a testament to the level that you're at right now. Um, that Sharky came to you and said that he had a spot on your team. I know that's a team a lot of people hope to get onto, work hard to get onto. So congratulations for that. And
Thank
so
you.
I have you on here for the South Atlanta Open, and you were really successful there. So why don't you tell everybody how that went for you?
For the South Atlanta Open, I won 5 first places, I got 2 seconds, and I got a grand champion in forms.
So did you compete with your? I know that you're an all-around competitor. You do it all. What did you compete with in forms? Traditional or
I
CMX?
did traditional. I did traditional Chatanyara Kusanku.
So did you have the option to compete with your CMX form?
Actually, I didn't want to do my CMX form because I didn't win. Um, what's it called? Extreme
Extreme.
forms.
Hmm.
So I was like, I'd rather do my traditional form than try and do my creative.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just mainly did that because of it.
No, I totally understand that, and it's such a interesting decision that martial artists have to do, right? It really depends on how you perform in the daytime to what you can do in grands. And so you said you won creative, but didn't win extreme, and then you won traditional. So
Yes.
what was the competition like at this tournament then?
It was hard. I had like my smallest division was like 6 people, and that was for like extreme forms.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had like super good competitors against me. I had Harold Lerner, I had Gavin Dollarite, Paxton Duvard. I had a lot of people going against me. So yeah, it wasn't easy.
Yeah, no, I think what's great about Promac, and I was rewatching the pre-show, was that they have a local feel, but great competition, and there's something for everybody. So, I mean, clearly you did really well, but also there were people there to push you. And do you
Yeah.
like do you like having that level of competition even at a more local tournament?
I mean, yeah, if you're just going against the same people over and over again, it's like, why am I doing this? Why am I not going to harder tournaments and not
Mhm.
challenging myself to do better and just staying the same?
Hmm. And so, how have you been doing in this competition season? How many have you done in 2021?
For Promac, I haven't done too many.
Hmm.
I think I did battle. I think this is for only this year. I did battle. I did Middle Tennessee Classic, maybe. No, I haven't done that one yet. I'm doing this one, that one. Actually, no, I think it's canceled. But I did this one, South Atlanta Open.
Hmm.
I did Jubilee Open, which might have been last year. I don't remember. I
I know, right? It feels
right.
like the years are just,
I've done too many tournaments, and I feel like last year's connected with this year,
yeah.
so it's like
I know it does feel like things are just blurring in. It feels weirdly going so slow and so fast at the same time. It's just so hard to keep
yeah.
track. And where do you have your eyes set on for the next tournament?
My next tournament is Diamonds,
Okay.
and I think I want to try to get onto stage and then try to
Hmm.
win overalls, but it's not going to be easy. But I'll have to
What
push myself to do it.
Yeah, what does your training schedule look like? I mean, for anyone who didn't hear, Atom Bomb is 10 years old. So obviously you're still in school. You're in fifth grade, right? So
Yeah.
how do you handle your training schedule? What does that look like?
I mean, it's kind of just a lot of hard work. It's not like I come home and like, just like slack off. It's if I come home, I'm going to train at home. If I go to the dojo, I'm going to train at the dojo. And my schedule is mainly wake up, go to school, come back, do my homework for that day, and then just train mainly for the rest of the day, and then just go to bed. Yeah, it's
Okay.
mainly the day.
So,
And then weekends is kind of my relaxed day.
mm,
It's in the morning, I train from 4 to 6 hours on Saturday and Sunday. And
mhm,
then Saturday, I do training in the morning, and then I have gymnastics or tricking class after that in the evening.
mhm.
And then Sundays, I do my training in the morning, and then I mainly spend the day with my mom and my friends. So, yeah.
Okay, so there's some time for play, some time for relaxing. That's
Yeah.
good. I feel like that's really necessary, and it's good that you kind of have your schedule down pat.
I mean, yeah. And a lot of like famous athletes say that if, well, a lot of them quote actually, rest is sometimes more important than actual training.
Hmm.
So if you like push yourself to the limit, like one day, you need a rest like that next day. You can't just like push like every single day and just like work so hard that you're sore every single day. But if you're working that hard, it's
Hmm.
good, but at the same time, it like you don't get like the full training out of it.
Yeah, no, I feel like I'm talking to like a 40-year-old coach right now and not a 10-year-old. So if you're watching, make sure you're taking notes because this kid has it down. I mean, that's something that athletes kind of have to learn, it takes a level of maturity, which you just seem, you seem like you have it down, which is
Yeah.
great. And a testament to you, to your coaches, and to your parents. And so I know one of your martial arts idol or role model is Justin Ortiz. So tell me a little bit more about how you got into that relationship.
I mean, it kind of, I started with Juliana Ramos,
Mhm.
which is his wife now. And I started when I was 4 or 5 years old with her. And I was training with her before I even knew Justin. When I
Mhm.
was training with her, I didn't even know who Justin was. So one day, she drove down from Orlando when she was still living there to come do a private lesson with me. And I know Justin came with her, and that was like the first time I met Justin. And then after that, since then, I just started training fighting with Justin. And yeah, it kind of just went on from there. We started filming fight scenes. Like,
Mhm.
I started coming over to their house. It was just like the friendship that just flew up from there. So yeah.
Nice. And so, speaking of friendship, Melissa Johnson, Ashton's mom, said that Ashton says hi. She commented it, so you can see it later. But yeah, let's talk a little bit more about sort of the role that martial arts has in like making friends, and um, what are your thoughts on that? Have you made friends, or are your teammates your friends? Like, what is that for you?
I mean, yeah, I've made tons of friends over like the past 3 years that I've been doing NASCA. I've made like two or three of my biggest friends from NASCA are Michael Molina, Juju Sagawa, and I can't think of a third one, but someone else.
Okay. All right. So that's good. And a lot of I like to ask martial artists what their favorite martial arts memory is, and I know there might be a lot for you, but what is yours?
That's tough.
It doesn't have to be maybe you have a lot of things to pull from, but what's like a very fond martial arts memory?
I mean, obviously, getting my black belt was one of the biggest
Mhm.
because, I mean, that's when I really stepped up into the elite division from underbelts.
Mhm.
So that's definitely one of them. I remember definitely winning the mini cup as an underbelt. That
Mhm.
was a big one. I actually won two in 1 year. So that was really cool. And yeah.
Very cool. So, circling back to the tournament, this was the South Atlanta Open's first uh, um, tournament. Will you be returning? What are your overall thoughts about this tournament?
I mean, the organization of Promac is just so well organized. It's has around 20 tournaments, and all those tournaments are so good. They're so fun. They're so challenging, and winning a grands there isn't easy because there's a lot of good competitors. And I probably most likely will be returning to the South Atlanta Open just because it was so well organized and it was just so challenging and so fun.
That's great. It seems like you had a great experience there. The actual event running, but also your take-home wins and your grand championship title.
Yeah,
So congratulations,
thank
Adomas,
you.
on your performance. And the last question that I had for you is what is your long-term goal in karate? You are only 10 years old right now. Where do you want to see yourself? I know that you mentioned you want to get a diamond ring, which is a
Yeah.
great goal, but I'm talking like 20, 30 years from now. Where do you see yourself?
I want to be on Team Paul Mitchell. I hopefully would want to be on Cobra Kai with
Hmm.
my role model, Justin. So that'd be like my number one goal to just be on Cobra Kai.
Okay.
And then obviously, Paul Mitchell is like one of my top goals because, it's like the team that everyone wants to get on. It's
Hmm.
Paul Mitchell.
Hmm.
So, yeah. And also winning overalls for the Warrior Cup.
Okay, those sound like all great goals, and I'm really excited. And if you're on Team Paul Mitchell or you are coach for Paul Mitchell, keep your eye out for this guy. Look at his backdrop; it speaks for itself. And again, Adomas, congratulations, and thank you so much for coming on to the Power Chat series tonight.
Thank you.
All right, and for everybody watching, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great night.